Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another scene of Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York. And we start this scene off at the heart of the sept, where in the um, in the Umbra, Tlatahin has just made a howl to call her fellow theurgists to said Heart of the Sept because she has gotten some disturbing information that she feels is necessary eventually for the entire Sept to know, but for now, at least the theurgists. And yeah, they respond however they want to respond.
And 10 Point cried back fairly promptly, speaking of the injuries that she had witnessed among at least the spirits that had ended up in her care. And while she is a bit on the later side than if she had immediately begun running, she has taken the time to ensure that the spirits will not be but so ill at ease without her presence, and spoken to a packmate. And then fairly promptly goes ahead and puts herself down into Lupus so that she can more quickly make the run, and will show up at the Karen Hart running pell-mell in Lupus, and skidding when she's there to a halt, pausing to recognize the shrine of both Sept totems before turning a glance to Latte, and finally slumping down. And actually, she's a foster now, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she'll slump down, and we'll actually go through the whole rigmarole, rolling over and slipping her chin up.
Tatine looks confused at that for a moment, then realizes that that comes with becoming foster, and is like, yeah, stop, you're good.
She'll roll back onto her belly.
She looks very awkward at this.
She'll be accosted with that kind of canine grin, the tongue loll and all. Congratulations on achieving fostering, Raya.
Thank you.
Alana will come floating down, hands in her pockets.
She too will be subjected to the rollover.
And a nod from Tlatine.
And a nod with a slight smile back to Talatine.
And Felix, who had literally just finished talking to Tapisa, and was one almost Pirates of the Caribbean-like step at the Bon from hopping onto the street. Here's this howl. And even with his earbuds in, feels it with a supernatural chill, and just takes his earbuds out and does a 180 and just books it. And at one point he stops to gain his composure and casually walks the rest of the way and arrives last.
And yeah, Tlatine will look around, will wait for a moment to see if other theurgists respond, but this was faster than she expected. So yeah, after a while, with no one else arriving, she'll look at the other three theurgists, like, so I have called you here because the Dream Ravens have shown me something that is very disturbing. And I do not know if anyone else has gotten any word or signals, but something terrible is happening right now.
Go on.
Uh, the the sept is, as far as I'm concerned, the sept is under attack. Not from an enemy that I can see. The Dream Ravens, the spirits were scared and they came looking for help. And one of the ravens showed me an invisible force somewhere in the Umbra. And from time to time, it started to look like dark tendrils, tentacles, and it is eating from from the cairn. It's feeding off it. It's drawing its power away.
And 10 nods agreement and will volunteer. I heard much the same from those that came to me. Some of them had been directly affected by the same dark tendrils, though not all saw them.
Are these tendrils coming up, coming down, coming from a direction?
The Dream Ravens didn't show it to me. They just came.
And 10 snags a paper with some handwritten notes out of her swag and says, I was given some more information in regards to the tendrils. They seem to be coming from the meteor that we were warned about during the moot. That it is trying to drain everything that it can reach and everything that it can touch. The thing inside it is perhaps still asleep, but it is very much alive and reaching out. Given the opportunity, it plans, I think, to consume all that it can reach, and it will be able to reach a very long way.
Sorry, a thing that is in. Hmm.
So I need to go to the museum and deal with the meteorite. Destroy it, or do we even know what's in it?
Weren't we told that it would be larger than was it the Storm Eater, or if it was allowed to finish growing and to hatch from the meteor, that it would be a very strong opponent,
Yes.
though I am not sure what we can do to address it while it is inside, or how we could get to it to do something about it if it is in a very human place.
Well, we're in the Umbra. We could try to.
How big is the meteorite? Has anybody looked into that?
No, I've kind of had my hands full with this little, oh gee, I don't know, us being surrounded.
I think we've all been busy.
Uh-huh. I've heard.
There are troubles on all sides. But perhaps if one of us either in the Tellurian investigates the actual item or in the Umbra investigates how much of it is present on this side, perhaps we can make a plan to deal with it.
I am actually wondering what would happen if we would go to the edge of the sept right now and see if we can actually see those tentacles. We need to find a way to stop them. Even if we can't immediately stop the meteorite, we cannot let our cairn be drained.
I'll head to the museum then. Investigate. See what I can find on the Tellurian. Bounce across, see what's there.
And at some point, I'll give a nod. It'd be
All
much
right.
appreciated, Raya. I can't readily investigate. Not on that side.
I prefer to not go into the Tellurian into a Homet place either. But I don't mind checking out the Umbral side of things.
Only problem of going in the Umbral side is you're gonna have to deal with the Weaver getting there.
I won't.
I was going to
True, your
say,
Pox got a way of getting through now. It's rather handy.
Our totem is a very inventive spirit.
and if there
I
is
noticed.
too much, if there's too much Weaver presence in that place, because it is a human place, perhaps Rocks Your Socks, Yef, can get a proper look.
Yeah. I should be able to manage just fine.
Then I will check the borders. It seems that that is where most of the spirits who were affected saw or felt something.
10 point, I would strongly advise not to go alone. I suggest if we want to investigate, we stick together, at least 2 on 2, because if those tendrils can drain a cairn that readily and can harm spirits that in that way, if you get attacked and you're on your own, we might be too late to get to you.
Would you like to, if you and Felix are trying to get a look at the umbral side of the museum, and if Binding Tempest Raya is trying to get a look at the Tellurian side of it, would you like me to take packmates with me, or would you like me to wait?
If we're going through the Umbra to the museum, we will pass the border of the Septs.
This is true, though it is, from what I can tell, it is not a particular side of the border.
No,
I feel that it perhaps has trouble reaching past the wards.
I may hope so. Anyone up for a walk around the border right now?
Of course.
Sure. Why not?
And she'll take a last glance at the paper as if she's planning to just go ahead and stuff it back in her bag, and then kind of pauses for a second, glancing up. From what I understand, Yuff and Rayas, there is some sort of song that can be heard at the meteor, a lullaby, in an unrecognized language.
I see.
Perhaps if one of us is able to hear and to understand it, we may be able to determine more.
Well, it's worth looking into regardless.
Yes. Nothing will kind of look at the paper, but
Yeah, she'll happily let anyone see the notes themselves, since they and actually I will paste real quickly the contents.
yay, I'm gonna commit my own notes to memory. Fucking hell.
And yeah, this is I assume in a fairly feminine handwriting, but
Yes.
yeah, it's she'll pass it around though. Look to collect it back once everyone's had a chance to get a look, maybe make a copy or whatever have you.
Yeah, Felix will take a picture with his phone.
Alana shares it to Saoirse via the pack link because she has eidetic memory. It's convenient for her.
Tatin has eidetic memory.
Felix has a
So, yeah.
picture.
That is great.
Yep. And yeah, she'll finally tuck it back in her bag and kind of glance to the others because
Yeah.
pretty much everyone here outranks her in some way or another. So she'll just kind of wait for other people to take the lead and we'll follow along.
Well,
Let's go.
we know what we need to do. Let's get moving.
hmm Yeah, fuck it, Latin. Well, um, actually not go to the border that is closest to the museum, because museum is basically like right across the sept. So she'll go to the kind of opposite direction and then like walks past the past the wards, past the borders to the in the direction of the museum. Um, huh, yeah, waiting for, like, trying to find any of those tentacles, I guess. I'm not quite sure if I have anything that's handy with that, but yes, actually, I will, and I'm not quite sure if that's gonna help, but I will try to sense worm, because for now she presumes that this shit is worm tainted as fuck.
Very probably.
So
We're in a werewolf dice roller.
yeah. Is it 10 at least?
So Shelby, are we gonna see or perceive anything?
Interestingly, you don't sense much more worm taint than you normally sense going close to the city.
Hmm.
Oh,
She'll frown at that, and it's like, I don't sense any worm taint. Maybe
Felix.
I'm
Sorry.
just failing.
And then 10 Point will back up the attempt with one of her own, just so there's
Yeah, that's what I was
multiple
going.
eyes on it. Remind me what the hell the roll is.
It is perception occult, I believe.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's perception occult. Diff 8, if I'm correct.
Yay! It's a fail, but not a botch.
Well, that is 4 successes.
Wow.
Even 10 Point with her ridiculous worm nose takes one to know one, right?
I know, right?
Doesn't sense anything in particular. At least
Surrounded by all
nothing
this
more
worm.
powerful than the typical surrounding area.
Hmm.
So yeah, after a good look around and activation of the gift, she'll glance over. I sense about the same. Almost no difference from anything else normally clinging to what comes from the city.
I may have an idea. I'm not quite sure if that's going to work, but I could try and ask the Dream Ravens if they can see it and if they can grant me their vision for a bit.
And she'll nod encouragement. And actually, you said we are walking around towards where the museum is?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, in that case, if people want to go ahead and do the whole attempt to get a proper look, I guess it's night, so getting inside Tellurian side isn't much of a thing, but Umberly they could try. And 10 Point will keep close to the border and probably walk a very short distance, keeping close, keeping within eyesight, but getting perhaps a little bit to the limits of where one can readily see before she stops and comes back, just kind of glancing either direction as she goes in search of maybe catching sight of one of the tentacles. Yes, we are Umbral.
Okay. Those of you patrolling around the edges of the sept, feel free to make me a perception primal urge roll.
Yes. We're basically all patrolling on the side of Sept. Perception, primal urge. I have such a great dice pool for that.
Normal diff?
Mm-hmm.
2 unless insightful counts, then it's 3.
I have 2.
I got nothing.
Even with my garbage pool, I have 2.
All right. Those of you who succeeded, while you don't see anything quite readily noticeable, occasionally through the corners of your vision, you might catch the faint shimmer in a tendril-like shape, only for what seems like a fraction of a second. You definitely sense a presence here.
Ugh.
And as I'm pretty sure I'm the only person who got absolutely nothing because I'm a champ, at some point we'll eventually turn back and suggest perhaps if I look into those which were able to see it versus those who were not, we could determine the best way to get a look.
There was something I tried the last time some weird shit happened in the Umbra, which is a broad statement, but what the fuck? And he reaches into his spider satchel and he pulls out his camera. And he gives it another good second before he thinks he sees one of those flicks of the tendrils, and as reflexively as he can, like, takes pictures.
Okay, make me a wits roll.
Straight wits?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. Does improvisation come into play? Well, it doesn't matter. 1 success depending on the diff.
Okay. Yeah, at 1 success, you don't get anything even resembling a clear picture. What you get probably is more like those Loch Ness Monster photos, maybe a Bigfoot photo, but there is a tiny bit of light distortion going on that isn't normal for the Umbra and all of its distorted goodness.
Shall we?
Yes.
While they're doing that, Tlate's gonna basically sit on the ground and kind of in a piece in like dirt or something. She's gonna draw a medicine wheel real quick, and she's gonna see if she can summon one of the dream ravens. Hopefully, the one that already showed her the vision.
Okay, go ahead and roll your rite of summoning.
Yes. I summon all the things. 4 successes.
Wow. Wow.
Dream ravens for everyone.
You get a dream raven! And you get a dream raven!
As Felix is taking his pictures and focusing very hard, everybody will hear a sort of flapping of wings, and as all of you turn towards Tlate to see what the commotion is, you notice that she is now covered in ravens.
Oh boy.
Like, it's surprising how much her tiny body can hold up all of these big ravens.
You probably can't. He's probably lying on the ground right now.
Felix,
They're,
looks-
let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 big ravens on top of you. Each one is about the size of a large dog.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, there is no Tlate visible anymore. Sorry, Robbie, go ahead.
Felix looks up from his camera and goes, "Oh, that explains the deed name."
One of
Yeah,
the
there's-
ravens caws at him.
Blink, blink.
Hi.
In the voice of like an actual raven trying to talk, it repeats and it goes, "Hi."
Oh, I like these ones.
Oh, I like these ones.
Yes.
Oh
10 Point may or may not be grinning.
One of the ravens looks at 10 Point, who is a happy Fiona, and makes a scary screech at her.
And yeah, Tlathin, from under the Dream Ravens, will ask them if they can see the tentacles right now, or the tendrils, or whatever.
The ravens, suddenly realizing where the Theurge that summoned them went, will get off of Tata. And they'll start doing the little bird strut around, while one of them stays next to her, and it just repeats, "Can see the tendrils."
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Don't choke. I'm not. She'll think for a bit, look at the others, look at the amount of Dream Ravens that there are here, which is conveniently the same amount. And I guess that is actually accidental because of the successes I rolled. She'll ask them if you all would be kind enough to share your sight with us. I would offer for each of my fellow Theurges and myself that accepts the deal, I would offer 1 week of my dreams for you to do with as you please. Because she doesn't actually know what Dream Ravens do with dreams.
You don't want to know.
They use
The
them for
ravens-
building nests.
seem to be considering it, tilting their heads from side to side so that they look at Tlate with each of their eyes.
If I may, Raya.
Mm.
Too often I learn things that are important in my dreams, but I would happily offer my eye.
The ravens flutter excitedly at that notion.
Very well. That is your deal to make then with them.
And she'll nod and just kind of loft an arm in offering to anyone that finds this deal appealing and wants to mangle her arm with their talons first.
They will all sort of fluffle their feathers, and then they will look between the two Theurges offering the deal, and they will say, oh, they kind of do the little huddle and converse between themselves. Poor ravens. And after a moment, they will step forward and they will say, "4 visions of others, for 2 Wendigo dreams and 2 Fiona eyes." Or
Hey, you
1
know what?
Fiona heart. And they give a little laugh.
Ouch.
You know what? Now that I think of it, I don't really need to see. I'll just
One paying the deal, Felix, you can accept, or you can offer an own deal. Or
the
you can
deal.
refuse.
The deal was for 4 visions, and I'm opting out to, I don't know, save an eyeball or a dream.
I too will pass. Thank you for your offers, though.
The ravens seem very disappointed in both of you.
Felix looks down at one, probably hanging his little head. It's like, I just want to talk to you.
They give the disapproving stare that all children may know. And they'll look expectantly at 10 Point and Tlate. One of them's tapping its little foot claws, They suddenly seem like much less amused because there's much less Wormbringer maiming to go on here.
I am still willing to offer an eye for a vision.
They'll swivel their heads around and they think about the yummy, yummy eye. And then one of them pipes up, antlers?
Oh, come on, that eye's tasty. You know you want it.
And another one goes, blood? No, heart. We want heart. No, heart kills. And they're all like squawking and flapping at 10 point.
If you wish, I will have my antlers removed and make them into a perch for you wherever you deem fit.
There is a snickering between all the ravens. Perch on Stag Shrine? They
That I
blink
cannot offer.
What was that?
She says that I cannot offer.
Disappointed birds.
Hey, I figure eye and antlers is pretty generous. Come on now.
I mean, it's a little. I mean, Fluffy, if you would look at her, she'd be like, they're asking too much. They already
that's why
offered
she's
one
like-
eye. It's like, no. They asked for one eye and they ask more and more. No, stop it. Just keep it with the one eye. God damn it.
Yep, that is where she draws the line.
They blink a few times. Eventually do a little sigh. Okay. One eye, one antler.
Provisions for each of us, yes? Gesturing to herself and to Talate.
For you and you. They nod their heads to 10 point and Tlate. Their backs are firmly turned on the two fuddy-duddies who don't want to marry themselves.
You look so cute from behind. Go ahead, Shelby. Take that. Take that spirit favor. I'm cool with it.
Oh, God.
I'm sure your cubs will have plenty of spirit heritage.
And yeah, 10 point will nod then. Agreed.
And the ravens are going to gather around 10 point very excitedly and start hopping and flapping. And
If it makes it easier, she'll even kneel down to where they can reach better. If they're large dog size, they can reach her head from there.
and excitedly they will begin almost like a woodpecker pecking away at. Does 10 point have a favorite antler?
Not especially. She likes them both.
They'll peck at her left antler. That way we can call
I'm
her
sure
lefty.
I'm sure they'll appreciate that every time they peck, it jingles.
There will be much amusement because ravens like shiny things. They'll peck away at the antler, and one of them will pluck out her eye with
And
its
I
beak.
will roll Stam to see how well she copes. Oh boy.
Meanwhile, Felix
Oh,
takes a
Jesus.
picture.
He's so helpful in every
Oh,
way.
oh, it's for his other buddies of the Seekers.
and,
God.
and yeah, she weathers it well, probably because she's used to violence. So she definitely will still make pained sounds, particularly as they go for the eye. Though she will steel herself long enough to make sure that they have succeeded in getting it before she ends up having to drop her head and bring a hand up to press across it to stem the flow of blood that results.
And yeah, 10 point, go ahead and mark off. They're very careful with their extraction, so just one lethal for now.
Okay.
And yeah, once they're done, the two ravens who are not giving gifts are going to sit and fight over the jingly bells. Because they didn't expect to get a tip. And the other two are going to perch on both 10 Point and Tlatahin's heads, and they're going to
That's
bend down
heavy.
and give them each one solid peck on the forehead until a little tiny trickle of blood goes down. And each of them will find their vision sharply enhanced. And as they look around, although it is a bit disorienting, they can just, little better than before, make out the outlines of several of these invisible tendrils. There are many of them currently creeping around the border, although some are slowly starting to get more courageous and creep closer to the actual sept. Whenever they approach particularly large masses of ephemera, or if any spirit dares dwell close, they will reach out and snatch them up and begin constricting, much like a snake does to its prey.
Oh, Jesus.
What is it? What do you see?
They range in thickness from your pinky finger to a tree trunk.
Ugh. I mean, yeah, I think Platin would definitely take a rage from that. That this is an attack that they, right now, can't really do anything about, and you can only watch, which is really frustrating.
You say these things.
And
Is one of them snatching at a spirit like right on the border? Because I mean, there's spiders on the other side of the border, and that's not bueno.
Yeah, there are a couple of spirits that may wander a bit too close and get grabbed.
I too am going to take a rage and point out, if only because the other two may at least be able to see the spirits that are being entangled. And yeah, 10 Point is very interested in extracting those that she can. So she's
I
gonna
was thinking
do a
about
dumb.
attacking it, but yeah, like
Not necessarily going to try to attack the tentacle, but if one of them is close enough, she's gonna lunge and try to wrestle the spirit free.
Whoa, hey now!
I
Felix
think
says when he sees this happen and pulls out his sniper rifle.
She will probably point out any that she can see within range, so that if necessary, Felix can we can get more effect by trying to free more of them.
oh boy.
So, would we see like the spirits just like floating or being like trapped by invisible tendrils?
A couple of them, yeah. And you all notice as they get trapped and struggle, bits and flakes of their essence will disappear.
Yeah.
Yep, 10 Point feels ways. 10 Point's reverting to breed and deciding that she is going to intervene and wrench at
10
least one of them out.
Point stop.
And she will give a snort, but halt in place, feet planted.
I agree that this is very frustrating, but there are so many of these tentacles. We can fight them, but it's better to go to the source. See what we can find there.
It is, Raya. But if we can free those who have come too close to the border and tell them to spread this information to their kin, perhaps this will cease happening, at least this close to the edge.
You cannot stop it right now. You will only be fighting. There will be another spirit and another and another. I agree we have to warn the spirits. And she'll actually look at the two Dream Ravens that at this point got a bonus, but aren't really doing anything. And she says, you can keep the bells if you warn the spirits on Sept to stay away from the borders.
The two that were fighting over the bells kind of stop The ribbon that it was held in is hanging between both of their beaks as they consider this. And then they'll glare at each other. And each of them will just be like, mine, 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 my deal. She was talking to me. She was talking to me. Mine, mine.
10 points. Could you spare your other bells?
She will, in fact, be reaching up to the other antler as Tuate bids her, and goes ahead and pulls free the ribbon and offers it to Tuate.
She'll nod to 10 points. Thank you. If this gives you problems with your pack, tell them that I ordered you. And she'll turn to the, she knows what that could possibly mean, and she's not very happy about having to say that, but she'll turn to the Dream Ravens and toss them the other string of bells, one for each of you if you go now, and warn all the spirits.
And one of them will indeed drop the previous bell and snatch up that one. And they will both say, deal. We will warn.
10 points, I'll make sure that your bells will be replaced.
I am sure that my packmates will be capable of doing it, Raya, but if you wish, I will not stop you.
I do wish.
And she'll bob her head in, acknowledgement.
Right, let's go to the museum now. Unless someone else has another brilliant idea.
I do.
She'll kind of shoot a glance at Felix, but she'll wait.
So, this museum, as museums do, have windows in them.
Yes. I presume.
Of course. It's a very public landmark.
Mm-hmm. Give me a moment. And Felix straps Rudy back over his shoulder and takes a second to rub his eyes real quick, and then put his index and middle finger on either temple as he activates skyscraper vision. For 10, it's a gnosis roll diff 6. I get one success, and I'm trying to see within the museum from the with one success I'll be able to see for just one turn.
Okay.
And
That
it
is a
says,
very brief sort of glimpse. You will indeed see inside of the museum. It still appears to be open, although it being evening time, this isn't exactly prime hours. There aren't many people wandering through the halls. Maybe you may see one like here and there, but the place definitely isn't full at the moment.
aren't we in the Umbra?
Oh, you're looking in the Umbra?
Yeah, I should ask, does the Umbra reflection have windows?
Most likely.
Okay.
And looking in through the Umbra, the main thing that you see, Mr. Glasswalker, I won't even make you roll, are a lot of pattern spiders. They're all rusty and clanky and a little bit short-circuiting. You're looking at rust spiders. A lot of them.
And just for that 1 second, or well, rather, I believe 3 seconds is a turn. He, seeing this, you only see him do that for about 3 seconds before he furrows his brows and pulls his fingers away from his head. Goes, nope.
One-eyed blink.
It's we can't go in there. Not by any means.
Why
It
not?
is filled to the brim with rust spiders.
Hmm. Platin will look at her otter, as their totem is always by their side. I presume that it would be near, if you would call it.
Otter will scamper over from playing with a couple rocks not far away from the group and twitch its whiskers.
Is there a way for you to bring us into that place, as she points towards the museum, without encountering any rust spiders?
I can answer that for you. It's no, because they're everywhere.
I'm asking my totem.
All right.
The otter, first of all, will climb onto Tlate's shoulder and point at Felix.
Hmm. Hmm.
I mean,
More in a
like,
way to try to get her to walk over to him.
She will.
The otter will look over its face right up to Felix's face. It'll pull back its little hand and slap him.
Oh my! Sassy otter.
Felix just holds his head there for a second and stares off into the abyss and just says, I deserve that.
It puts its little hands on its hips, then wags a finger. And then it'll look over to Tlate and sort of give her a shrug. And in its bubbly little voice, let her know they're really aggressive. It might be hard to hide. I can guide you in, but I don't know about them.
And she will think for a moment. I have something that could at least partially help us out, probably. She'll kind of look to both Felix and Alana, because they might know what she's talking about, because 10 Point wasn't on Sept at the point that Plate received the ability to make moonshine talents. And she'll pull out one little flask. Oh, I have two of them.
Wait, do you mean nightshade talents?
No, the moonshine talents.
Like
Moonglow talents, sorry.
They
What do
keep
they do?
spirits from doing stuff to you or noticing you.
I will put the description in the side chat.
Thank you.
But basically, it means that any like any enemies that is not specifically looking for you is just there, will kind of go out of your way in a way. Incidental dangers. Sorry, that's what it should be.
Okay, cool.
She says, I have two of these. One is in my cabin. Possibly, I could take one person in and out.
Also, out of curiosity, does anyone here have common sense?
I do.
No.
No.
Can I say a thing and see if it helps? And if it's the common sense thing?
Sure.
Just because stab in the dark. While I am tapped, Raya, there is also Chimera's boon that you might use.
Yeah, Felix, you kind of come to the same conclusion.
Ha! I'm smart.
I am not forgetting this. Like every time, I am not forgetting this, and now I'm forgetting that.
You know, 10 Point. I was thinking the same thing.
And Platahin will kind of frown a little bit as she's like, then puts the talon away. It's like, we'll use that, keep that for safety measures then. And yeah, who's willing to come along?
Well, why not? I've already got, what, 3 different ways I can die now? Why not make it 4?
I will remain here, and if something follows you out, I will do my best to scrape it off your back.
Yes.
I think you'd be wise to do the same, Alona.
Certainly.
All right. Then, yeah, we'll have to roll our noses. Difficulty. See, I know exactly what to roll for this, but I fucking forgot it. Oh my god, we're so good.
Hot diggity.
I know, right? Jeez. I am one pretty rust spider.
So 2 successes for Felix.
And 3 for Tlate.
He is a slightly less attractive rust spider.
I'm trying to blend in to Latte.
What, you don't like my eye for detail? Jeez.
Yeah, unfortunately, Felix might be missing a few little patches of rust. He might look a little too clean, but Plate looks exquisitely worm tainted.
Are we going back to the It Takes One to Know One? Is that what's happening?
I think so.
I'm sticking with my answer because I'm not mean.
Well, I am a perfectionist by nature, so. And yeah, she'll still ask Otto to
Sorry, I
kind
clicked the
of.
picture.
I will need to look at the picture now too. God damn it, my computer is so slow.
Hey, I'm helping you with your face claim, okay?
Lol. Brilliant.
You don't get the spider point picture.
Yeah, let's get in. By safest way necessary, or well, yeah, still taking the safe route. So she'll ask Otter to guide them.
Yeah.
Otter will look at these 2 very rusty spiders, blink and rub its eyes a little before starting to scamper towards the museum. Otter moves in a very sort of twirly, sort of soft zigzaggy pattern as it avoids obstacles that the other's eyes may not be able to see. And eventually they will find themselves at the museum, right near the front door.
Dun, 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 dun.
And Platin will look at Felix because this feels more like a glasswalker's domain.
Banana! Banana! Dun, 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 dun. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Don't let them near you. Don't let them touch you. And yeah. Essentially, everything that you hate about the Weaver, go ahead and just imagine that the coil fucked it. And
Right.
and that in turn wants to fuck you.
I was mostly hoping that you would find a way in.
Oh. Oh yeah, that's easy. Skitter, 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 skitter. By chance, with that glimpse of skyscraper vision, would I have seen any solid entry points or?
There are quite a few. The main one, of course, is the main entrance. There are a couple side doors and a back door, much smaller and less obviously open to the public.
Hmm. My favorite things, side doors. All right, follow me. Skitter, 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 skitter.
Skitter, skitter, skitter.
Alrighty. You skitter inside. You can see lots of spiders sort of hanging around, many sticking to the walls and the ceiling and stuff like that.
Any of them walking, moving?
A couple.
Hmm.
They seem to sort of be wandering around, almost kind of patrolling, though it's less orderly and efficient as you normally expect pattern spiders to act.
Be careful with your movement. If we move too out of turn, they'll know.
She'll click in response and basically follow him, mimicking the way he moves, the way she sees the rest spiders move.
Alrighty. Looking around, do we see the meteor from here?
It's not in the front room. So no, you're basically right at the entrance to the museum.
Is there one of those wall-sized "You Are Here" maps?
Yeah, you could probably find one.
Yeah.
Other question:
Hmm.
are there tentacles here? Like, could I potentially follow the tentacles towards the museum or the meteor? Blah, English.
Yeah, absolutely. There are plenty of them here. Many of the rust spiders seem to be very pointedly actually avoiding them.
Okay. Yeah, Platine will kind of click towards Felix and he'll basically kind of, I don't know if you can whisper, but trying to make sure that the others, the rest spiders don't hear it, she'll be pointing out that she could actually just follow the tentacles.
And Rust Spider Felix rusts your socks. It's gonna put one of his creaky brown appendages on one of hers, and as a means to say, like, hold on a second, and as quietly as he can. Don't you think they're avoiding that space for a reason?
Yes, but we're still trying to get in, don't we?
I hope you have that Talon ready.
Me too.
Fuck it. YOLO. Skitter, 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 skitter.
Yep. Platine will take charge this time and will lead past one of the tentacles. She'll try to keep a distance from the tentacle, but follow it anyway, because yeah, the other rest spiders are definitely keeping a distance. So in order to keep their performance as rest spiders up, she'll try to appear as avoiding as possible while still following it. It sounds really tricky.
Okay, go ahead and roll your wit subterfuge.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
With subterfuge. With subterfuge.
Damn. I was hoping for at least 110.
Yeehaw.
You're both very, very sneaky. And while occasionally a spider may pass by you or sort of nudge you a bit away from the tendril as their fellow friendly worm creatures, the
Aw.
overall they will not notice you or really notice any erratic behavior. As you guys follow the tendrils, as they thicken and grow more numerous, as you approach the Hall of Meteorites.
I can't believe they have a whole hall of these. What the fuck?
Uh-huh. We're only here for one.
And most of them are very, very tiny, maybe the size of your fist or so. However, you'll probably find what you're pretty sure you're looking for, as there is a single one taking up the centerpiece that is about 10 feet tall. And all of the tendrils are wrapped around and seem to be coming from this space.
Hmm. Are there still any rust spiders here?
Oh, hell no.
Good, then we can at least behave normal.
Oh, so like we can't see any rust spiders, and none of them can see us. Essentially,
Yes.
Felix is going to bring his 2 rust spider front arms up in what many may recognize as a more threatening pose among spider culture, in an attempt to get a double spider high five in.
Blinks.
Do you know what a high five is, Talateheen?
No.
Do as I do.
Chill. Do it.
And then, like, he skitters forward the equivalent of a step and goes, claps his little spider appendages to hers.
Blinks.
It is a cultural thing. It's a sign of victory, success, celebratory.
I see. Now shall we continue?
You are no fun. Yes.
So she'll make her way to. Oh God. She's gonna make her way to the meteor. How far can they approach before they're basically blocked by tentacles?
I mean, you can get right up on the thing if you want to.
Yes.
The tentacles at this point, thankfully here right now, seem to be roughly about as thick as the average person's thigh.
Zzz.
Well, I'm a fat guy, so I don't have a good reference here.
There are some that are the shape of all beautiful thighs, regardless
Oh.
if you're fat.
Thank you, Shelby. I love you.
Damn it. Hmm. She'll look at the meteor, which is fucking huge. Looks at Felix. How do we determine if there's something alive in there?
We could try to sense it again.
We're surrounded by rust spiders.
Well, we could look really, really hard. I'm kidding, but actually, let me look at it really hard for a second. What would I need to roll to like thoroughly inspect it? Like walk around it, like peer as closely as possible without like touching it.
So would you say that you're investigating it?
Oh, that is an excellent term.
Very, very good suggestion.
A perception investigation will work.
Oh,
If I would have investigation, I would totally roll it. However, I do not. Can I roll enigmas or occult or some kind of stupid lore to like find out some things about it?
It doesn't technically fit under any of the lores
No, I figured.
available. You can try a perception alertness at a higher diff.
Okay. That's why I basically said enigmas, because yeah, this feels like a fucking enigma.
yes, yes.
Perception awareness. I will roll it.
At 2 successes, you can see through the almost distorted light style type tentacles surrounding it to see what looks like a big, black, sort of uneven, little cratery egg beneath. There appears to be a spot at the bottom from which all of these or from which all they come from. Words are hard.
I have 1 success if it's diff 8.
Okay. At 1 success, you can definitely like peer in and see the misshapen egg.
Hmm.
I know what I want to do.
What do you want to do?
Cleanse it.
I don't think.
Oh no, I know. There's a difference between want to and what is rational. And I am not going to die today.
Exactly. It's not a bad idea, but we would need more than just 2 of us.
I have an idea. What if we came back here in the Tellurian and cleansed it?
I think we will need more than the urges we have on Sept. Although, if Mother Larissa would help, but Uktena knew of this for a long while. They didn't know what was inside.
So you know what that is.
No. As I said, they knew that Father Uktena told me, and I will need to look up my blue booking regarding that, if I can even find it. Yeah. That this thing came crashing on the earth, and they didn't know what it was. But they had hoped that it would be a great boon to Gaia.
It's corrupted now.
Or it has always been. They did not know that they thought it was dead. But now it is very much alive.
Well,
I will need to talk to Roanoke as well for this. I think we need to bind it. Preferably before it comes to until it hatches. Cleansing it, I don't think.
even if we do bind it, we can cleanse it after.
Yes.
So,
We have seen it now. We've seen what it is. I don't feel there is much more we can do.
agreed. I can try to take pictures.
Actually, Shelby, does the view that the Dream Ravens are giving me right now, does that like make me see anything?
What do you mean by see anything?
Well, I saw the tentacles, of course.
Uh-huh.
Is there anything, like you said, it gave her a sharper vision in a way. Is there anything
Mhm.
that she can make out that she otherwise would not?
If you get real close to it, you might be able to see floating within the egg a sort of inhuman, sort of squid-like, Cthulian, for lack of a better word, figure. For fans of Pokemon, it probably looks like a Tangela, complete
Oh,
with two closed, sleeping little eyes.
It seems to be still sleeping.
what does it look like?
It has many squiggly forms.
Oh, fuck.
Tatine, of course, does not know Pokemon.
Sounds like the kind of shit we dealt with in the Amazon.
Perhaps.
A picture for reference.
I will try to draw it for you when we are back on Sept.
Right.
I am wondering about that lullaby, though. I don't hear anything. She'll bring her ear closer. You know what? Fuck it. She's just gonna do it. I don't want to do it because this feels like crossing the streams, but she is going to listen extremely closely.
Oh, no.
Are you pressing your ear up to it?
I will bring it very close first.
Very close, you may hear a slight muffled hum, though you can't really make out anything.
She'll look at Felix. Pull me away if something goes wrong.
Yep. Felix skitters over and, with his two front appendages, grabs her two rear appendages. I say appendages!
Yes, you do. And she'll put her spider head against the egg. Oh god, this is gonna go bad.
Okay. So first, you want to roll a perception primal urge?
Yes, please. And I will spend a willpower on this.
Okay.
Using very intensely. And I got 4 successes!
Nice. As you lean in close and press your ear to it, you can feel some of the natural gnosis within you leak away and into the egg. Mark off 1 gnosis.
Permanent or temporary?
Oh, temporary.
I'm sorry.
Temporary gnosis.
Okay, you. Okay, check.
And yeah, for every turn that you spent pressed up against this thing, mark off another gnosis.
Then I will spend 2 turns and then be like, back away, because I do not want to get stuck without gnosis.
Spider pull, spider pull.
Okay. As you press your ear close in those 6 seconds that you feel this leaking from you, you also hear a very soft, gentle but distorted sort of lullaby. It doesn't follow a beat or rhyme pattern that you may recognize in human music that you've heard, although it definitely seems to follow one. You can even catch a couple very softly sung words, although they sound more like records played backwards
Oh, I see. This
than
is
like human
Prague.
language. Yeah, it sounds like Prague. Will could probably tell you what song it is.
Oh, great. um, yeah, she'll know. She will commit them to her eidetic memory and will look at Felix. Yes, I heard a song. But it's also like, is there actually now, like, is there a tentacle that touched me? Or, like,
Just the one that you were snuggled up against to listen.
okay. If we touch it, we lose our gnosis. Don't touch it.
Well, yeah.
Good to know. I suspected it, but I wasn't sure. Now we are, unfortunately.
Well, you know what they say. Got to crack some eggs.
Let's head back to the others.
Yeah.
Skittle, skittle, skittle. Or not?
God, I'm so tempted to take pictures. Oh.
Do it.
Do it. Fuck it. YOLO struts. Gonna pull. I don't know how. Like, I don't know how spider satchels work with this boon. So I'm just going to assume that I pull it out of my spider ass and
Your silk spinner.
mhm. And just like it's gonna push it up to one of the holes to take a picture of the egg.
Okay, you can take a picture of it.
Yes.
It looks a bit distorted from the weird light play coming from the invisible tentacles, but there's definitely an egg there. Big black bumpy egg.
Okay.
Yes. He's gonna shove it back up his ass.
Let's get out.
Hmm?
Let's get out.
Skittle, skittle with skill. Skillful.
I can't even English. It's like, that's one fucked up word to pronounce, to be honest. Yeah. Do we make it out without any difficulties, Shelby, or do we encounter difficulties?
As long as you're sticking roughly to what Otter showed you and what you were doing before, you will encounter no difficulties.
When they get to the door to leave, Felix is gonna leave second, and he's gonna turn around, and he's gonna shout. No, I'm kidding. This is just Lowell's jokes. He's not gonna do it.
Okay.
For lulls that do not occur, Felix doesn't actually do this. Fuck the coil. Runs away. He doesn't actually do it, as I've said before
Good.
and after now.
This is in his mind.
You're not gonna give him like the little spider finger?
Yeah.
The coil faintly senses its feelings should be hurt, but it doesn't know why.
Yeah.
New deed name discourages the worm.
Then we'll head back to 10 Point and Alana. And probably halfway we'll switch back into looking like Tugaru again. Before they think they're under attack of rust spiders.
Felix is going to take a second to terrorize Talatahine and just like jump on her back.
She still
we saw
has
you
the
turn
raven
into
on her
rust
head.
spiders before you left.
Yeah, true.
So if only two come out, walking together like bros, we're gonna assume,
Okay.
or I'm gonna assume.
Nah. Yeah,
We're gonna
Felix.
cleanse them before they come back on the sept.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, that's the thing that will need happening. And yeah, for convenience sake, Can we just say that we give the information basically to the other two? Like, seriously?
I'm cool with it.
Thank you.
To be more accurate, it looked like this. And he pulls his camera out. This time not out of his ass, but instead out of his spider satchel, and turns it around for 10-point to see.
Fixate on the cleansing.
Thank you.
Yay.
Yes, yeah, here's assuming that 10-point is cleansing Felix.
I don't have rite of cleansing.
I mean,
I'll
there's
cleanse
just...
both of you.
Yeah.
She gonna be a boss like that.
I mean, Alana can cleanse
spend the
basically
most
all of
point.
us, and except for herself, and she didn't go anywhere where that
She's a
requires.
cleansing machine.
Hmm.
So yeah, she will definitely look at the picture and perhaps suggest that he send a copy to Aiden so that she has it on hand for reference. Because she don't have a phone.
Duh. You're a menace.
I don't get to see
Yeah.
things.
Actually, I shouldn't say that because they gave me a phone.
And Felix will send the picture to Aiden, followed by a text that says "LOL WTF?" question mark.
God damn it! Ah.
We did hear the lullaby as well. Well, a little bit. And don't touch the tentacles, it'll drain your noses. I guess that, we already presumed that much, but I think we should pass that along to those in our pack, but also those without pack, that if they see something like that they do not touch it. And yeah, I mean, honestly, I think we can end the scene there. Unless anyone wants to do something or say something.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Of course, I'm saying this while I'm smoking, so I have to now perform yoga to actually stop the scene. But thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, Shelby, for impromptu STing, and watchers for watching. This was another scene for Living World of Darkness. Good night.